Hi, it's Bird with this week's full tarot reading. Again, an intuitive spread made up by me because following rules and preordained things was never really my strong suit. Anyhow, today I want to focus on my inner child and inner child work. And I've put the layout for this spread up on my Instagram feed at Bird's Eye Insight. If you're interested, I'll drop the link in the notes below as well. This is a basic 5-card spread to check in with my inner child, to see where she's at, what she needs, and how I can support her as part of supporting myself in my own journey of healing and self-realization. So the first card is what my inner child feels right now. And you can see it's the 6 of Swords. So, sorry, I don't know how clearly that's coming. Swords, again, are about intellect, decision making. In this case, got to remember that the 6 of Swords is a transition card, but she's being pulled. She's not doing the work, right? So this suggests that my inner child today is in a fragile, in-between kind of space, where she knows that a transition needs to happen, but she's also afraid of the transition happening. So I gotta talk her through it. I tell her it's gonna be okay. In fact, it's gonna be better. But I understand that the change is hard and the fear is real, and I don't dismiss her feelings. Make sure that she feels seen and heard. The second card, what does she fear? I was really surprised to get the Empress here, because the Empress is usually about divine feminine power, nurturing the ultimate mother. But in this case, I'd say this is about my inner child's fear of being abandoned, being neglected, being left behind, of not being mothered, or of being over-mothered to the point that the child doesn't exist anymore because it's just an extension of its mother. And so to this fear, I say to my inner child, you don't have to be good to be loved. You don't have to comply to be taken care of or cared for. That no matter who you are, no matter who you are becoming, you are beautiful and worthy of love and care. So I see and honor that fear in her, and I'm going to take some time today to remind her that she's accepted and loved no matter what. The third card is what will soothe my inner child right now, and this is the 6 of Cups, which is absolutely the nostalgia card. Now, for me, reaching out to people in my past, a little questionable. But finding some of those things that were comforting in my past, even if it's Wonder Bread and store-bought jam, that's okay. That's what my inner child needs right now. She needs a little comfort. She needs to return to childish things. She needs me to have the patience to sit on the floor and play a board game or something. Maybe I'm gonna watch an episode of Little House on the Prairie later. The next card, what does she need? And it's the 10 of Cups. So a lot of cups are all about emotions. And the 10 of Cups is about connection. So she needs to know that that connection is always possible. But most importantly, like every child, she needs to know that her parent will choose her first and will choose connection with her first. And this is so crucial for those of us who are parents too, to remind ourselves But our kids need to see us putting them ahead of others. That's how they know they're important and valued and that they're the most special people to us. And our inner child needs that too. She needs to know that she comes first. Not all the time, but that she gets to go to the front of the line. And finally, where can she find joy? And here's the Nine of Swords again. And if you follow my Instagram, you know I did a little Instagram on this card last week, because this is a card of grief, which is surprising to find in a place of where do you find joy. But it's really about staying with my inner child as she works through the pain that she's experiencing. And also, you keep in mind this one white shadow crow up here, that's her joy. And if you can see in the detail on the card, the white crow is also following a streak of light, whereas the others are kind of in the shadows. So I need to practice daily. That reminds me of how the universe is bringing joy and happiness into my life. And I'm going to start today with a journal on my phone, but I have to write one sentence in every day where I find that one piece of joy that the universe brought to me today. And I'm doing that for my inner child, so that she can see that even as she's grieving, there are still things to be joyful for. So, there you have it. Taking care of your inner child. What are you going to do today to make sure that your inner child feels safe, feels loved, feels heard, feels appreciated, feels important and special? Because you know what? You are all of those things.